Radio Taïga et Folk on the Rock présentent Le Longe. Actualité musicale au territoire du Nord-Ouest.
Et on continue d'une super belle manière parce que là on est avec Aladean Kheroufi qui est un musicien multi-instrumentaliste, un compositeur, un producteur, un DJ. Il a joué au sein de groupes et de formations comme The Velveteens, Marlene Amour. Après 4 ans à faire des tournées en Amérique du Nord et en Europe, il s'est posé quelque temps à New York, puis s'est installé finalement à Edmonton en Alberta pour se concentrer sur sa carrière solo. Ses influences musicales vont de la soul à l'indie au funk en passant par le rail. Et on se laisse bercer par les sons de synthé enveloppants et les rythmes de guitare chaleureux et nostalgiques. Son dernier album, Studies in a Dying Love, est sorti tout récemment en juin 2024. On en parle tout de suite avec l'artiste. Aladean, thank you for being with us today.
Merci beaucoup. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, so I just mentioned, like, you played in many different bands, you collaborated on a lot of projects, you went on tours in Europe, like, you wear a lot of hats in the music industry. Like, you write, you perform, you mix, you're a DJ. Like, around what time did you, like, start being interested in focusing on, like, your solo career?
I'd say I was always working on the songs. I was always writing them. I was always recording them. But I think it took a lot of confidence to kind of execute them in the way that I thought I really wanted to. I think with everyone else that I played with and everything that I recorded beforehand, like it was a learning experience to like get me to a point where I felt really comfortable of what I think is doing it right, or at least trying to do it right.
Yeah. Your last album, Studies in a Dying Love, came out in June?
Yeah, just a month ago, basically.
Yeah, do you want to tell us a little bit about like the whole process and what the album means to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the core, you know, it is a breakup record, like I think a lot of records tend to be, when you end up like, you know, spending a lot of time alone and reflecting on an experience of like a love lost. But I mean, more so like what I think the overarching idea of like making Studies in a Dying Love was really conveying the idea that even a love lost is still a love that you had, and it's just as important as a love that you have currently as the love that's lost. It's still love, and it's something that does help you get through the day, and it helps you every day. So I think that's a big thing about it. Yeah.
I read somewhere that you titled it in reference to Franz Fanon, A Dying Colonialism.
Yes.
So it talks about the crisis of colonialism in the 50s and 60s and has a big focus on Algeria. Your father is Algerian. Like, how do you think this reading like inspired you, stayed with you when you titled the album or when you wrote the song?
Well, I was reading that book, and so the publishing I have of that book, because I know the book's called A Dying Age of Colonialism, but the one I have, I think it's a Soviet like publisher that did it, because my parents met in the Soviet Union, weirdly enough. And so that's the copy I have that was my mother's or my father's, one of theirs. And that one, on the cover, it says Studies in a Dying Age of Colonialism rather than just Dying Age of Colonialism or A Dying Age of Colonialism. So I was reading it at that point. I just thought that like idea of like studying something that is so complicated and so hard to understand, like whether that be, you know, a dying age of colonialism, which is extremely complicated. There's so many facets that go into that. It's the same as like, you know, studies in a dying love and trying to figure out at what point does the dying love feel good.
Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. Yeah. I was like looking you up on the internet. I was like kind of stalking you at some point. I was like, okay, I got some info. Mm-hmm. So your dad is from Algeria. You grew up like listening to a bunch of pop rap music.
Yeah, that was definitely prevalent in the house. Yeah,
and your mother is a choir conductor.
Yeah, and, Oh, you did look through this.
Yeah. I did a lot of. I need to clear the history. And so you listen to a lot of classical music as well, right?
Yeah, it was around the house, not as much as the rhyme music, in all honesty. The classical music exposure more came through musical education for me, because my mom was a choir conductor and singing teacher as well. So I was put into, you know, piano lessons, the whole shebang, and then mostly like throughout my teens, like playing like double bass, like upright bass, contrabass, just in orchestras and taking classical lessons there.
Yeah, so it was like a huge part of you growing up and like learning how to make music and like how to play instruments, you would say?
Looking back on it, yes. At the time, I probably didn't like it as much. It felt more like something I was being dropped off at and just, you know, kind of had to do. It's like, yeah, you got to play piano and you got to practice. But looking back on it, I'm so happy I did it. But it's harder when you're 12 years old and you're just being told to do it, right?
Yeah,
you think you're cooler than that.
And like you're definitely like the kind of musicians that can play a bunch of different instruments, like like how was it like touring with all these different bands, and like what was your role like?
In most of the bands I've toured in, I've been playing like electric bass guitar, but I've toured in bands playing just guitar and playing keys as well. But most of the ones I end up playing bass. That is where I feel most comfortable and I feel at home. But yeah.
And now when you write music, do you like use more like the piano, the guitar?
Yeah, it's usually piano and guitar. That's how it goes. It usually starts with like melody and lyrics, and I always say like I write so many of my songs like while I'm like driving. It's just I don't listen to music in the car so much, and then I'll just like sing to myself and kind of work through ideas there, and then I bring it to a piano or guitar after, and it's kind of like a constant workshopping back and forth of just singing it like whenever I have time, or like walking around and maybe someone thinks I'm a little crazy like walking around, I turn a corner, I'm like oh no, there's someone right there.
And Edmonton is like the kind of city where you need your car, so
yeah, you do need a car. I mean,
so you can like write a bunch of music while there. Yeah. So like we've talked about, you know, like kind of the inspirations, the music that your parents, your family brought to you, and today, what would you say like are your current like musical favorites, like your inspirations?
I mean, I'd say one of the biggest things for me, it is like soul music, like from the 60s and 70s is what I really, really love listening to. Like when I have a collector of like old soul 45s, I DJ them all the time. That's the stuff I love finding. Like finding a song that I've never heard, especially when it's like a band out of like Ohio that put out like just like 2 or 3 songs in like 1968, and you're just like, what is this? It's like it's so cool, it's so raw, and it's so real. It's just like, you know, untainted by like any sort of music industry like facade or anything like that. You know, it's just from the heart, and I think that's what I really love listening to. But I mean, I will say like I want to hear everything. Like like, you know, any kind of music that I think is good, I will listen to.
Do you go around like thrifting for vinyls and things like that a lot?
Yes, I mean whenever I'm touring, that's like my favorite thing to do. It's like, you know, going to like stores where like a thrift store is always good, but just checking out different record stores. I think it's the most fun way to find music. Just seeing a record that you've never seen and just taking a chance on it. You're like, well, this does look cool. I think this might be something I like, and the gamble's fun because then you go home and you listen to it and you're like, yep. It's great, or you know, maybe it ends up in my sell pile.
What's the last like big good find that you did?
Last big find that I did. I'm trying to think. I bought this is one that I knew, but I just bought it at a record fair the other day. It was an Archie Bell and the Drells, like Tighten Up, which is a huge song, huge track, but it was the whole record, and it was just like a first Canadian pressing. So for me, it was a fun one, and it was a little expensive, but not too bad. So it was a nice one to bring home and put it on the turntable and just make some dinner too.
And so like you've been moving around quite a lot. Like you lived in New York as well?
Yeah, I lived in New York in like 2017, 2018. Was doing an internship there at a record label, like Daptone Records. which was great. And so yeah, just kind of tried to soak up the city as much as I can while I was there, and I still make trips back there just to hang out and just see what's going on. And it's an important city, and there's things happening every moment of the day, which I absolutely love. A different pace from out here, I'll definitely say, from being here for a few days.
Yeah, so like, what made you decide to move to Edmonton?
I did grow up in Edmonton.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I grew up in Edmonton, so it was a whole thing of like, I was traveling around a lot, like moving around, like kind of, especially for a while, kind of doing no fixed address, not paying rent anywhere for long, or not signing into a lease. But then I wound up back in Edmonton, and leading up to this record, like I said, like it was a breakup record, I ended up settling there with someone, and then it doesn't work out, and honestly, then around then it was the pandemic, and then you stick around, and and here I am.
And what is it like in Edmonton, like the music scene? Like, do you go to a lot of shows? Do you have a lot of opportunities?
Yeah, I think the music scene there is great. There's so many great bands, like all the guys who are here with me this weekend who play in my band, like we've been friends for, with some of them, like 2 decades, like since we were kids, and like been playing in bands like for so long together. I will say I'm guilty of not going to as many shows as I used to, and getting a little older. I'll have a night off, I'll hang out at home.
Yeah, honestly, same. You played yesterday, right, at the beer garden?
Yep.
How was that?
Oh, it was great. People were having such a good time. The weather was great. It's been great. This festival has just been amazing.
Did you have the opportunity to go see some bands today?
Yep. Yeah. I actually saw quite a bit today. I got here early because we fly out tomorrow. So today felt like the only day that we could like really take advantage of seeing some stuff.
What is like one of the artists that you think you're gonna like keep listening to that you discovered here?
I saw Clairol. Is that? Yeah. So, and I have not heard of him before, nor have I talked to him since seeing him. But I was just walking past and I heard his voice, and it was amazing. So I went down and I watched the rest of his set, and that was awesome. It was so
Clairol
good.
Was here with us just earlier.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, like really great find from the festival.
Yeah.
I'm also very happy that I got to listen to your music before. Like I really liked it. I think I enjoyed looking at the. It's different, but I appreciate the similar vibes you both kind of give up.
Yeah. There's an overarching thing. I think that's why I liked it so much. I was like, he's a much better singer than me. I can definitely tell you that. That was absolutely phenomenal when I saw it.
Do you want to tell us about your album that came out? Like if you know if there's like a song that if someone had to listen to just one song for some reason of the album, like is there one that you would recommend to like get there?
Yeah. And I'll like, I think I would definitely say listen to the whole album, because that'd be great for me. I'd let on, then make your own mind up whether you like it or not. That's fine. If you don't like it, life will go on for me. But I'm a sucker for slow songs personally, and I really love the song that's the last on the record called "My Heart." It's a slower one, but I think it really takes the idea of the whole record and condenses it really nicely just in one nice little 3-minute track where it feels less personal to one person and more like an overarching idea of love and knowing that everything will work out whether you like it or not.
I saw some live shows from you. I think it was during the pandemic maybe that it was recorded. Do you have like a home studio? Like do you kind of do like you play all these instruments on your album?
I don't play all the instruments. I do play a lot of them. I bring friends in. Cool. But I do have that one was my old studio space. It was in the basement of a restaurant, no windows at all. It was pretty grim in there. But I have a newer studio space that has windows, which is nice. Although it's unbearably warm at the moment, because I think it's like plus 35 in Edmonton.
I saw some Instagram stories from friend, and it sounded awful.
We were rehearsing like for the festival, and we had like all 5 of us in my band in there, and it was like plus 30, and it was like you're dripping sweat. Like I went into a sauna this morning on the lake, and honestly, pretty similar.
Yeah, so you visited the lake sauna in front of Alex's house.
You went on the floating sauna?
Yeah, we were on the floating sauna this morning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I live right by there, one of the houseboats there.
Oh, really? Well, we also did the float show.
Oh.
Like on Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday
That was epic, right?
Yeah. We played that one as well, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was one of the coolest things we've done, for sure.
Yes, I remember. I saw that performance. You were talking how it was the first time you were performing the songs from this new album.
Yeah.
It was kind of a way to how do you say that? Break the ice.
We're breaking the ice, or breaking the water, plunging into the water. I don't know how at this point.
So it was great. I think lots of people very much enjoyed that night. It was actually a special night for my girlfriend and I. It was kind of our 4th anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we'll remember that one for a long
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. See, all these people were floating in their canoes, and it's kind of like you're laid back in the canoe. Like we had pretty much a couch, or a bed.
Yeah.
I'm laying down in my bed and just kind of drifting away from one person to another.
Yeah.
Talking, having a drink with people, and just kind of slowly moving around until it all broke. When everything broke, when everyone left, there was this flow of people. It was a spill, kind of like when we were evacuated from
but better circumstances.
What a nice metaphor, Alex. Thank you. Yeah. And a lot of us went to Edmonton.
Exactly. Yeah. We were
probably saw a lot of Yellowknife.
Absolutely. We were happy to have you. Of course, we wish it was under better circumstances, but it was still nice to have you all there.
It's raining today. How cool is that? It's perfect for us. We love it when it's raining in the summer. It's much better. So was it your first time in Yellowknife, the Northwest Territories?
First time in Yellowknife, yeah. My first time here. I've been to Whitehorse before in the Yukon a few years ago, but it's totally different here. It's different vibe.
So I've been curious, do people in Edmonton hear stories about Yellowknife? You see people coming, go to the Costco, there are these Yellowknifers, or...
Well, I have so many, I have a large amount of friends who are from Yellowknife because, it feels like if you want to move to somewhere that's close enough, but bigger, I guess, Edmonton must be
Edmonton is definitely the next stop.
It's the next stop, right?
Yeah.
So I have quite a few friends from here, and so it felt like when I was coming up here, all my friends who were from here all messaged me or texted me, oh, I saw you're playing, you got to do this, and this. It was, and everyone has such a pride from being here, which I love. Yeah,
that's cool. Is that how you got the tip to go to the Salvation Army and get your super cool new hat?
No, I just googled thrift store Yellowknife, and we've had a lot of time during the days while we're here. So I was like, let's walk around, let's do something, and yeah.
What's your impression of the community here, the people who were looking at your watching you perform?
It's been great. I mean, everyone's been so kind to us and so loving and so attentive to the music, and then right after we play, everyone comes up and talks. And I mean, like I said, going on the sauna this morning, it was someone I talked to last night who lives in the houseboat community, and he's like, "Oh, I love the show." He's like, "Do you want to come on the sauna?" We're like, "Yeah, we'd love to." He's like, "Oh, here's my number. Text me in the morning." And so we texted him. We walked down and went down to the sauna, and he picked us up in his boat.
That's how it goes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's how it goes here. Do you want to plug in some of the future shows you're going to have, or any events you'd like people to know about?
We gotta, I mean, after this, it's a little bit slower for the next month, which is good. We're gonna take a little break. But I mean, I'd just if you want to listen to the record, it would mean a lot to me. If you like it, cool. If not, that's also okay. But give it a try. Try something new, and it won't hurt you.
People can buy it on Bandcamp?
Yeah,
right?
You can buy it on Bandcamp. Yeah. Local record store, you can always ask them to bring it in. Or just, stream it. Any way you want to listen to the music, the better.
Yeah. All right.
I see it's not on Spotify. Your latest album?
It's on Spotify.
No, it is on Spotify. Yeah.
I've been looking. What's it called?
Studies in a Dying Love.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And if people want to like, just do you have social media?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Instagram's the best way. That's gonna be the most responsive for me. If you want my phone number, you can email me at aladeankheroufi@gmail.com. And it's fine. We can figure it out.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being with us. We're gonna definitely come and check you out. You're playing tomorrow, right?
I'm playing tonight.
You're playing tonight, yes. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm playing tonight at 8:45. So if you're around and on the way to the festival, come on by. But yeah, we fly out tomorrow in the evening.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a great last show here.
We're gonna have a great time.
And just a great time all around in Yellowknife.
Yeah, we'll see you all at the Gold Range later.
Thank you.
Of
Thank
course,
you.
the Gold Rage. Thank you, Aladean. We'll leave you on the song, your favorite song, or the one you recommend for us, the last one.
My heart.
My Heart. This is Aladean. Thank you so much for coming and joining us on Radio Tiger.
Thank you for having me. Merci beaucoup.
So easy to fall. I know I could be wrong. This feeling's good enough for another little less song to get me through the day. We can work it through the night. A smile stuck on my face, 'cause true love is inside. A simple twist of fate. Your love truly takes the cake. But my heart, yeah, it's my heart. It's my heart that will break. Every night I fight for my life. 12 rounds or more. They got guns I brought at night. Maybe she's the one who will stay in my corner. Forget my darker days. Let me cry on her shoulder. Yeah. If one and one is two, sky is colored blue. And my heart, yeah, it's my heart. It's my heart that was made for you. Yeah. My lucky stars, let the night drag on. After hours at the bar, man, I'm such a mess. Mr. Quiet Storm himself, dressing to impress, but too scared to ask for help. Stringing me along, in my mind she's already gone. But my heart, yeah, it's my heart. It's my heart that was wrong. Yeah.
La Longe, chronique musique de l'été, une production Média Ténois.